You've been trying very hard to quit porn and claim your life back, but somehow it sucks you back in. Then you feel guilty and ashamed of yourself. A few days later, you do it again. Now you may be feeling disgusted with yourself with these repeated failures. But let's not use the word failure. Let's use the word perseverance. Please take a moment to congratulate yourself for taking that major decision to quit porn and walk towards recovery. Recovery from this addiction is possible, but it's necessary to be informed that it's a marathon and not a sprint. An average person starts watching porn at the tender age of 11 or 12, and the addiction, if not overcome, continues through adulthood. It's not reasonable to expect recovery in a week or two when the drug is being used and abused for over decades, not just years. The drug here is pornography because it acts exactly how a psychoactive drug acts on our brain. So we need to keep our expectations real to keep our progress steady. If our expectations are not real, we lose motivation when they're not met. We won't find the will to continue because it feels as though all the effort we put in has gone down the drain, and we welcome negative thoughts like I'm a failure, I can't do anything, etc. What's next? We go back to being how we used to be. So it's quite important to understand that overcoming porn is a marathon, and we should be ready and willing to persevere. Quitting porn is a decision that we actively make. Quitting porn is not passively waiting for those urges to go away. We have those urges because our biology is intact, and we have to be thankful for it. Experiencing intimacy with our partner is not possible without them. Pornography exploits those natural urges. To get out of the clutches of porn, we must take a decision to stand firm against its advances, and it's a decision that's lived every day. It will be hard in the beginning, and it may look like your willpower is non-existent. The brain mechanisms responsible for willpower have taken severe blows due to porn. So it's going to take some time for your willpower to gain strength and come to your aid. But it will eventually become stronger. The more you abstain, the stronger your willpower gets, and the easier your journey becomes. It's like the story of two wolves. The wolf that is fed grows stronger, and the wolf that is not fed starves and dies. Until then, rely on someone who can help you through this journey. It could be your spouse, or your mentor, or a friend that you trust. Picture yourself on a battleground. How would your stance be? Would you be standing casually and daydreaming? If that is the case, the enemy can hit you from anywhere. Even if he is right in front of your face, you wouldn't be able to do anything to defend yourself. This is how we are when it comes to porn. There's so much that goes on in our mind and our surroundings before, during, and after watching porn. But all that we're aware of is the urge to watch porn, the gratification we get, and the shame that comes after. You grab your phone and mindlessly browse through internet, and sometime later you feel the urge to watch porn, and in no time you land in a porn site. Well, it's not that simple. There is something that's happening that may have triggered you. Identify that trigger, and no, it's not always an explicit picture. What were you thinking minutes before watching porn? What were your thoughts? What were your feelings? What were your surroundings like? What time of the day do you usually indulge? When we identify the triggers, we can be better prepared to fight the urge. For some people, boredom is a trigger, and for some, having a bad day is a trigger. When we are aware, we can make necessary arrangements to make sure that we don't fall. Oh, my boss just yelled at me. It looks like I'm going to have a bad day. I may have the urge to watch porn later tonight. Let me leave my phone with my friend tonight so I don't fall into this temptation. Put out the fire before it could start. Let's conquer one urge at a time. Now, this doesn't mean to encourage you to have another session of porn watching only to write down your triggers. We can always think retrospectively. We can look back at the past events to understand what makes us tick. In the next video, we'll discuss internal and external triggers in detail and how to act on them.